All of the tension began with the 7 Years' War. Britain had sent troops to the New World to fight for land in the Ohio River Valley to gain trade routes and control of the country. But Great Britain was left in debt from the war. The British started taxing the colonists to repay the debt, which was a fair trade. But the issue was that no one was allowed to represent the colonists. They had no say in the laws of the taxes, therefore, the government was crossing its boundaries. Unfortunately, the British didn't care. So the colonists decided to start avoiding taxed British goods after King George refused to hear them out. Tune in for today's episode as we spill the tea on liberty. Our first guest of the day is Miss Penelope Barker. Good morning, Miss Penelope. How are you?
Hello, Emma. It is truly an honor to be able to spill the tea with you today.
So, Penelope, tell me what it was like as a colonial woman living under the tension of the Patriots and the British taxes.
It was quite the life, waiting on British soldiers, constantly having to avoid goods with a British tax. It was annoying, but it was manageable, that is, until the tax on tea came about. You see, in the colonies, and even in Great Britain, a woman's worth is determined by how much tea she serves.
That's rough. What did your husband think?
My husband was an ambassador of sorts, representing us in Britain, but to no avail. It was such a relief when Samuel Adams convinced the committees of correspondence to dump the tea. It inspired me to take a stand, as well, since my husband wasn't able to accomplish much.
What did you do?
I made a pact with 50 other women to boycott British goods. The numbers only grew from there, and soon we were ready to take a stand against the British.
That's an inspiring account, Penelope. Thanks for dropping in.
My pleasure.
His Majesty George.
That's King George to you.
Right. King George, so would you be willing to give us your perspective on the Boston Tea Party?
Oh yes, we ought to hear the story from a reasonable point of view. You know, I think of these colonists as my own children. I was the guardian and they loved me for it. I helped them win the little war against French, you know. After the war, I had no chance but to ask my children to help pay me back for my services, and suddenly it's, "Oh, no thank you, King. You can't do that without our permission, King. Please stop oppressing us, King. They're ridiculous."
So what tax do you think they hated the most?
Ella, would you be a dear and warm one of those scones for me?
Okay. That's Emma to you. Kings these days.
The tax on tea wasn't all that bad, you know. It was actually quite cheap. It was when I punished them for trying to work around my tax that they started getting really upset. They were importing taxes from different countries and to avoid what they like to call taxation without representation. I'm the king here, and that's all that matters. I am the best king, absolutely perfect in all aspects, the gracious sovereign of my vast domain.
Your Majesty, can we stay focused on the taxes, please?
Oh yes, I closed all their ports and sent troops to tell them what to do. Okay, that's all. Ta-ta!
Bye. Our next guest of the morning is the one and only Sam Adams.
Great to see you, Miss Vernon.
Welcome to the show, Adams.
I'm telling you about the Boston Tea Party, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. I remember it like it was yesterday.
I have an idea. My idea that we just stopped buying the tea.
Oh, we can't go without tea. Tea is a necessity of life.
Yes.
We need it.
We take all the tea
Yes.
and we dump it.
This meeting can do nothing more to save the country.
Mr. Smith? Mr. Nat Smith? Mr. Smith! Excuse me, do you mind telling us about your experience at the Boston Tea Party?
I'm in the middle of a game right now.
Sir, please. It'll just take just a few minutes, please.
Oh, fine. I was winning anyways.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we dressed as Indians to show the British what we were doing and how much it meant to us. We dumped all that tea into the water, and we left that boat spotless. That's right, spotless.
We leave no crumbs.
Yes. Okay. Spotless. Yes, that's what we did.
Okay, well, thank you for your time,
Yeah.
Mr. Nat Smith.
Time to get back to crushing this person.
Ships docked at Griffin's Wharf, the Patriots cried, "That's enough. We've done nothing to earn your wrath, so we're treading off of the beaten path. Spare us the death and the debt, leave us alone, give us all a chance to rest and just go home." We wrote our pleas, but you called it bluff, so it's time to try some stronger stuff. And you won't read what we will say, so there's got to be another way. You've gotten drunk on your wealth and your greed, so we're planting the seed of liberty. At the old meeting house, the thousands met to try and go up against the dead, to discuss resistance and plead their doubts, till Adams got tired, stood and cried out, "This meeting can do nothing more to save the country, so let's turn the Boston Harbor to a teapot now."
Huzzah, 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 the people cried out.
Running, nothing till all the tea has been washed out. Hurrah, 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 we'll finish right on time. We won't leave a trace of the night's events. We can't feel bad, we give them all a chance. The fish can enjoy those lovely leaves, 'cause we've got no regrets from our boycotting. If Britain's broke and we catch a ride, then maybe we'll find freedom on the other side.